and he's tall as shit, and he's also like literally one of the nicest people I've ever met, and he's hilarious. Everybody give it up for Ross Huston!
Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. First off, to thank you all for being here. I want to go to the audience and see what do you want to hear about tonight? Anything I want to talk about? That's the whole set's going to be about that. I've got everything prepared. I was not going to just base everything off of you, but if you have like a hot topic or your friends, anything you want to hear about.
You sang to this girl last week. You want to do that again?
I would want to, but I'm not reusing my same material. But if you want to see me after the show, I'll sing to you again. I promise that. But thank you very much. But what I want to first talk about is, sounds like a cop-out, sorry, but I will. The first thing I want to talk about are directions, because I've always had a terrible sense of direction. Still do, always have. And when I was a kid, I think my dad tried to help. So I would be in the back seat, and he would just come to an intersection and be like, "Okay, Ross, take us home." I didn't know what to do. So I said, okay, left, right, seemingly by random, left, right, straight, hey, forward, never straight. So my dad always said. I still don't understand what it means, but I have a feeling it has some sort of deeper meaning. So one time this happened and ended up by this yard. This person had like a silo or something that had Willow Ridge on it. That's probably the name of the street, name of the family, perhaps, but I thought in my backseat self that we were in Texas. Because Willow Ridge, Texas sounded like a feasible place. Luckily we were not. But all my exes live in Texas like I'm George Strait. Forward. Did I include that song just to make that joke? Yeah. But I do have an ex who has family in Texas, so it's relevant. And when I was with this ex, she's a wonderful person. And when we were dated a long time ago, and this will be a clue to how long ago we dated, everybody was really concerned about the first kiss then. Long time ago. And so I guess she was sort of a romantic, because she set up this awesome like first kiss. We were at a friend's house and we were swimming, and then she like got it arranged that everybody was gonna be out of the pool, and she was like floating on this device, and I was leading her around the pool, and she was giving me the eyes, which are really important. But apparently I didn't know that yet, because I just kept talking and talking. It didn't end well, but I look on the positive side because of that, I'm not awkward anymore. Like if that should ever happen again, and I were to have like eye contact and have a moment where I wouldn't just keep talking, like we could just. Are we having a moment? Is this just am I right about that? Politics? We can talk about anything you want. I can sing to you. I can sing to you. I can sing to her. Excuse me. Sorry. But yeah, I don't do that anymore. But thank you. So yeah, that relationship did not end well, and this relationship might. Perhaps not. But I'll tell you who has a relationship that does end well. Jesus. Because there's all that hubbub that he may have been married. And if that's true, then that woman, I feel so bad for. Because can you imagine the pressure on that? I'm not saying that he wouldn't be a great husband. There would be times when he would come through in a pinch. Jesus, you're supposed to go grocery shopping. We're having people over. We have nothing. I was like, oh, what do we have? We have some bread and fish. Don't worry, I got this. Invite everybody you know. And you can never pretend not to be sentimental. It's like, Jesus, you know what I really like about you? You're really emotional. It's like, no, I don't cry. John 11:35, Jesus. Jesus wept. Don't lie, Jesus. Your father wouldn't like that. But there were times she could just never have a moment to herself. Like, she's outside and the lawnmower's not working, she's just like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, babe? And can you imagine meeting the in-laws? That's stressful enough. Because, hey, God, how's it going? You know, I designed you in my image. And I don't like what you're doing with your hair. But the worst part would be no matter what she did, the nicest thing she could do is, Jesus, I'm throwing you a party for our anniversary and I invited all your friends. Oh, you might want to talk to Peter because I had to RSVP like 3 times. And no matter what she did, she could throw this party, have a great thing. She's like, so Jesus, that's what I got you. What did you get for me? I died so that you and everyone you loved could have eternal life. Jesus Christ. Yeah, babe? So I am curious, how many people are Christian here? Cool, I can see some hands. Very cool. I want to say I really admire what you guys do. You're helping people, you go to different countries, and you help out people in need, you build houses and all that stuff. I have one question. Are there any Christians who join the religion just for the travel? Because you're going to some awesome places, doing awesome work, but going to some awesome places. And I wonder if there's just not that one person that says, I really want to go to Scotland. What's the best way between me and there? Oh. Welcome to 10 Commandments Airlines. Your flight attendant will be coming down with a communal wafer and some wine. Please only take one. In the off chance of a water landing, find the nearest exit and walk to the nearest shoreline. And thank you for picking 10 Commandments Airlines. We're the hostess with the Moses. Now, I'm not saying this is every Christian that does this, but I just have a striking suspicion that maybe the Crusades were started just because Pope Pius was like, really want a falafel. Gets the cookbook out, so step 1, toast a pita. Step 2, get some chickpeas. Step 3, stab an infidel. Betty Crocker, you dog. Surprising stuff. So now I want to share with you some embarrassing stories from my past. Woo! Thank you. The first one happened this last summer. I chipped a tooth, which is not in itself an embarrassing thing. It's more of the way I did it because I swam into a wall. Yeah. But that was, I swam into a wall, actually bruised my nose for that, and I guess the chipping of the tooth was more when I was helping my brother move, because I was helping him with a trundle bed, and it just, blade came out, just hit me in the face, right in the kisser. But it still works. Just saying. If you want to reconsider my previous offer. Yeah, that's when I broke my tooth. I bruised my nose at the wall. Sorry for the false information. I just realized that standing up here. I have an adventurous life. So yeah, that's how I chipped my tooth. And the only thing that's really embarrassing about it, because it's not that big of a deal. It's all fixed. You can tell. And I equate it to like losing a finger. Because it's not that serious, but it's just enough to make eating a peanut butter sandwich kind of funky. But the problem is the stigma that's attached to it, because when they see that you have chipped tooth, they kind of equate that with people from the mountain, like really have a jug with 3 X's on it and sleeping in a hammock, all that kind of stuff. Because nobody walks around and says, "Would you look at that 4-fingered hillbilly?" But they might do it for a tooth. So that was embarrassing for the summer. And the second embarrassing story happened to be last year, my freshman year. I was walking in the North End with a couple friends, past the Union Oyster House, that big red light sign. And I legitimately said to them, "Isn't it funny that Union and Onion could be the same? That could be the Onion Oyster House." Not at all. They're 2 different words. And I went through the whole night without correcting myself, without realizing. Realized the next day. It's kind of one of those moments, just wake up. Oh my gosh. They must think I'm an idiot. They'll never understand. So I'm curious, are there some freshmen here tonight? Any freshmen by raise your hand? Cool, well welcome, thanks for coming. Anybody in Warren Towers, by chance? Alright, cool, glad to hear. I lived in Warren last year, it's a great place. But it realized, it's kind of a funny story about Warren, because it's undoubtedly somebody's name that they named it after, but Warren is also the name of a rabbit den or rabbit dwelling. And it got me thinking about the similarities between college students and rabbits. Because one is this really nervous mammal that steals food and has sex all the time. And the other is rabbits. So what I want to close with is just the topic of discovery. Because over the summer, I think they've gotten really close to discovering the Higgs boson. Are there any physicists? Cool. Awesome. Very cool. I think you guys are awesome. But I couldn't do what you do. Because they developed that, and it's not like other things where you just discover something, and it's, hey, it's new, let's do some new stuff with it. You find that changes everything you've done in the past. Science kind of works like that, I think. I could be wrong. What I'm really worried about is that with the Higgs boson, is that it could change, it's like the mass of the neutrons and the electrons, or where they come from. And because it could change everything, I just imagine everything's just in flux. It's like, we think that's how it is. But if you applied this to any other study, it'd be really worrying. Because you can imagine it in English. It's like, okay, class, got that paper due next week. By the way, not sure the law of conjunctions applies anymore. So good luck on that paper about Pride, Prejudice. Thank you, I'm Ross Huston.
His Holiness Ross Huston, everybody.